Hey Kerbal Space fans, how's everyone today? So, here we are on the moon with our intrepid duo. They have, done what we pay them to do. They've explored the moon. They have planted a flag. They have eaten peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, done their science, and are ready to head on home. So, let's get into the ship and prepare for our much-awaited arrival back on Kerbal as heroes. Though, to be honest, this would kind of be a little overrated if as heroes. Probably been on the moon like 25 million times. For some of these guys, it's like coming here for the weekend or something. Alright. So, let's get ourselves ready. We're going to retract the ladder. We're going to, of course, shut down this engine, because this engine is finished. We're not going to use it anymore. Hey, somebody's playing Counter-Strike. I wonder who that is. And, alright, so let's go ahead and prepare for our encounter with our command module. So, this is a little iffy, because the exact time to launch changes depending on what the orbit is a lot. There isn't a solid ratio like the one I use like when I'm docking on stations, because when I'm docking on stations I always put a chase orbit that's about 50 to 100 kilometers behind it, and I know that it's, I use that 3-to-1 ratio to eyeball it. I go, okay, well, that's that distance, I'm gonna go 3 times more. From this altitude, 53, it's a little bit similar. It's not exactly the same, because in those other ones we're already moving at a faster orbital velocity. On this one we're taking off from a dead stop. So I'm gonna eyeball it at about 2 lengths behind it and hope that that'll do it. So we're gonna time accelerate a bit. And we're going to remeasure that. We're going to probably say that about here. Let's say like 2.5 maybe. Let's say about there. Okay, so let's set you as a target, sir. Our ladder's in, our engine's shut down. Let's full throttle this bad boy and head back. Now we're not heading straight up because we were on an incline, so let's correct that. Alright, now we're heading straight up. And now let's get our orbital velocity up so we can match that thing. Very nice looking. And of course, even though there has absolutely no bearing on the situation, because I'm not going to come into land and dodge anything, but just, habit and whatnot. Fly with door up. Alright, let's see. I can use a little physics warp here, that's fine. Got a little of inclination out of it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And it's going a little higher, so give us time to catch up. But that's not looking bad at all. We can do some time acceleration. There that comes. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to target, and that's going to show me the prograde and the retrograde. Now, these don't really mean what you think it means. When we're looking at the retrograde, when we have a target selected, what that means is the direction we have to fire to match the target's velocity. So even though normally in orbit we'd be aiming somewhere else, when it's the target, the retrograde is actually almost in the opposite position. Now we're going to want to start matching the velocity to the capsule. So we'll do that, and our encounter should start getting closer together somewhat, I hope. So that encounter is getting pretty good. It's 3 kilometers in closing. Alright, so that wasn't... That's still not in orbit, but I mean we're catching up to it pretty quick. We're going to go ahead and accelerate past it. No, I'm not going to let it get ahead of me. I'm going to keep matching my velocities with it now. Still 3 kilometers, but I think we're almost in something that I could call an orbit. Alright, let's go a little more time. We're just flying closer together, minute by minute anyway. Alright. Okay, so now we're at a point that we're 2 kilometers apart and we're almost on the same orbit. I mean, I'm not sure what that's there because that says 3 kilometer separation and I'm actually closer right now. So I'm going to ignore that and I'm just going to go into our little terminal guidance mode here. So let's just get our prograde on top of our target and we should be good. Now, I'm seriously wondering what that was all about. I mean, our closest encounter is over there. Well, now it's a collision course, but before that, it was saying 3.6 kilometers when it was only 2 kilometers away from where we are now. Somebody run that one by me. We're going to come in right on top of it. Alright, good for us. Let's go ahead and tap on those brakes because we're whizzing by. There we go. And now I can just do this using pure RCS. Still have tons of it. That's great. Okay. Ups a little. I'll stop flying up now. Okay, so if you want to stop your motion completely, just put your prograde where you're aiming and hit the brakes and you can stop almost 100% dead stop in relationship to your target, which I just did. So let's aim right at that point. And let's bring it in. Drift a little to the left. I think I'm a little high. Don't know stoner smirk, that's not what I meant. That's looking pretty good. Just aim that up a little bit and go down a little bit. Okay. For some reason, if you're below half a meter a second, it seems to be very shaky, but when you get above half a meter a second, it seems to, you know, stabilize. Boom, captured. Okay. So, let's transfer our crew back. Now let's see, how much RCS fuel do I have in there? Tons! Okay, that's great. I'm gonna get rid of you. But I'm, of course, not gonna just leave it floating in space. I'm going to crash you onto the moon. And away we go. Does it have a periapsis on the other side? No, of course not. Alright, that's good enough. Can I still bracket over that thing? Oh, yes. Yes, I can. Alright, so, thank you, Lem. I don't even see it anymore. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. You've served us well. And now we're going to throw you away. Alright, so this is backwards to how I normally plan my returns. So the moon is going that way. So in order to come out anti-spin, I'm going to have to burn on the light side of it and get a trajectory going that way. Let's do that. So I'll time accelerate around to the day side. The Vinland will disappear. Yep, there it is. And if I'm not mistaken, just your straight up prograde burn will get us. Of course, I went the long way around, but our prograde burn will get us back to Kerbal. Let's see. The engines are still running. Okay, good. So should be escaping the moon's sphere of influence here pretty quick. Alright, there we go. Just bring that in to a graze in the atmosphere. Come on, 30. 27. 27's fine. Now, when I was testing this thing, I'd actually dock this thing to the station, transfer the fuel and RCS fuel out. I mean, look at this. It could have gone to Minmus and landed again, and look at the RCS fuel. It's like so much fuel. Should probably do that. I should probably fly this thing to Minmus first, land, take a sample of that, plant a flag there, come here, land, take a sample of that, and then head back to Kerbal. I mean, you could just refuel the LEM. After landing on Minmus, the main engines and tanks would have had enough to get back in orbit. We wouldn't have had to split it like we did here. Anyway, why aren't we time accelerating? We should be. By moon, by flag, and debris site. Saw it there for a minute. And as soon as this flips, we know that we're in Kerbal sphere of influence. And coming back. We could do this faster. There we go. Okay then. Alright. Ah man, we're coming on the night side. It's okay. So the music stops. Let's go ahead and decouple this. All those little pieces flew out. Those are the RCS thrusters that were attached there. All that stuff flies off in pieces when we decouple it. But it should all be on a trajectory back to Kerbal 2. I want to keep an eye on the electricity on this thing, because this thing doesn't have solar power or anything. And let's prepare to re-enter. Yeah, all that debris should be catching air as well and be coming in. Look at all the debris, dang. I wonder if the physics don't affect that now and all that stuff is in orbit. Would it be in orbit? I mean, it might be. It might be in a really, really crazy eccentric orbit that takes it out to the moon and back here. I'm actually looking on that when I'm done filming this. As you see, it's a subtle graze, you know, not a lot of G-forces when you come in shallow like that. Well, I lost sight of the debris, but I wonder if that doesn't mean anything, it just means it went too far. Wow, I'm really curious now. Okay. Open the chutes. Timer accelerate down. You don't want one of the chutes to pop open again to be at full physics warp, of course. You know what I should do when I make ones like this, that I have just the parachutes in the capsule? I should put little separatrons on the side there so that it kind of works like the Soyuz, that hits on the ground, but we don't want to hit at 7 meters per second, which is still 20 miles an hour. So landing doesn't feel like wrecking a car. I wonder how that would work, because separatrons are pretty strong. I wonder if you just like put one underneath or something. Something else to test now that I'm finished with this. And let's put this thing on the ground. Come on. And mission accomplished. Yay. Just in time too. So thank you again for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I wanted to again extend a personal invitation. Anybody tell me what games you guys play and like to play. I'm always looking for more friends online. I play EVE Online, I play Dota, I play Robocraft, I'm starting to play Gear Up, I play Warframe, you name it. Let me know there. I'll add you on my friends list on Steam or in EVE Online, either way. I'm not currently in a corporation in EVE, so there's not going to be any political strife. I'm applying to a pirate corporation, but I haven't been accepted yet. So as of now, I can still be all friendly to noobs and whatever. But anyway, this is Ross signing off and reminding everybody to fly safe, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.